Before you click out of this video, I get it, but hang in there. When I first learned about restorative practices, I was thinking that it was just the latest fad in public education, but I gave it a chance. And I've been able to adapt it to an orchestra classroom pretty well. And as orchestra teachers, if we see a bow hold, we fix it. We show the student how to hold the bow right. If we hear an F sharp instead of an F natural, we teach the student about finger patterns. I've made over 200 videos on technical instruction on this channel, but how often do we think about students and their social needs? If a student has an underdeveloped social skill, how do we teach them? A lot of you might already be using restorative practices in some form in your classroom, and it might just be valuable to formalize your knowledge or gather some ideas, and I bet you'll come up with some ideas of your own that will fit your classroom the best. And as we know, values are at the base of the pyramid, and everything that we do comes back to values. In my last video, I went over an alternative way to address behavioral issues using restorative practices. But in this video, I'm going to talk about how to use circles more generally. You can kind of think of this like preventative health care. Like, do you wait until you have a serious health issue before you eat right and exercise? Do you wait until you're half dead before you go to the doctor? Maybe so, because maybe a lot of us don't really take care of ourselves as much as we could. But wouldn't it be better for your health if you did? So you can think of the same thing as using circles in your classroom. Alongside teaching musical skills, we're also teaching social skills at the same time. And you're also checking in on your students, and your students are making sure that the classroom goals and values are aligned. Now, this is where I tend to go off script from the general restorative practices model, and I tend to modify this for an orchestra classroom. Just like with your health, you have to scale for what's practical. And I have a lot of students in my classroom, and I have a traditional orchestra setup. So it's not really convenient for us to get into a circle, and I understand the symbolism behind it. Everybody's equal and there's no hierarchy, but look, I don't have room. So we just stay in our seats, and I also tend not to use a speaking object because I have a lot of students and I want to maximize participation. So we have different ways to start conversations and different modalities that we can use. So if it's the first time you're trying a circle, let's keep it easy. And you've probably done something like this already in your classroom, like at the beginning of the year, but we'll start with a partner share. So with a partner share, you can talk about your favorite food with your partner. Why do you like it? All that kind of stuff. Just get a conversation going. It's an easy topic they should be able to share, even if they're shy. You can do this unstructured, or you could do outside players first and then inside players first by stand. And if someone doesn't have a partner, okay, move up, change seats, find a partner. And if you have an odd number of students in your classroom, you can be your partner. I know, it's lame to have your orchestra teacher as your partner, right? But that's the breaks. The other modality is a group share. This is when you can use the speaking object and, just toss it, gently hand it to an unsuspecting student. You can do this two different ways. They can group share about themselves or group share with their partners. Now, if it's a personal question, you may want to get their partner's permission first, just to maintain that trust. So make sure to alternate, let different students participate. We all know those students that like to monopolize the time and the conversation. The third modality is peer-to-peer coaching, which is my secret weapon in the orchestra room because it makes everybody a teacher. I'm going to save this for a separate video, but with the prompts, it's always good to start with the softball prompts before getting into more serious stuff later in the year. You want to get students comfortable sharing the easy stuff first, and then you can go into the deeper issues. For instance, is it okay to throw trash on the floor in the orchestra room? Is it okay to tease each other from time to time? Is it okay not to have your supplies? So we can dig deeper into these concepts and address, who are the stakeholders? Who can be injured? What are the consequences? How do we repair the damage? What is your responsibility? I know you're thinking, I don't have the rehearsal time to spare. We need to get to our concert music, but honestly, it only takes a minute or two. 30 seconds for the outside player, 30 seconds for the inside player. Okay, now pick a few people to group share, and you're done, move on. Easy, right? What this does is it gets the kids to see themselves as stakeholders or as part of a greater group. It gets them comfortable with their classmates, and for some of them, it gets them over their shyness. Then, when you ask a technical question in class like, how many measures to a phrase at rehearsal C, you might actually get some participation rather than just cricket chirps in the classroom. All right, good stuff. In the next video, we're gonna give this process more utility to help your students coach each other to success. So I hope to see you then.